This month, we have a lot of planets shifting directions. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new intuitive energy forecast for the month of December 2024. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment, here to do your monthly energy forecast for the last month of 2024. For this month, we're going to be using the Sirian Starseed Tarot by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha. That's going to be the main message for everyone. Your special message card, depending on your stone of choice this month, is going to be coming from the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. So before we get into looking at your stones of choice or the astrology and numerology of this month, let's go ahead and settle in and do an empowered moment. Excuse me. So let's close our eyes. Sit up straight, but yet your body's relaxed. Paying attention to your breath as you breathe in and exhale out. Visualizing golden white light all around you. Golden white light of unconditional love, peace, healing, guidance, protection, compassion, forgiveness. And let's all take in a deep conscious breath, breathing in that golden white light into every cell of our bodies. And as you exhale, letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. And this month, the last month of 2024, is the closing out of a cycle of energy, the ending of a chapter in our lives. And in this completion cycle, we are completing the journey of moving into our own personal power, being our own authority, moving into confidence and courage. This has been our task for this year of 2024. The most important thing here is to be in your power, feel empowered, or take back your power. So let's take in a deep breath, breathing in that essence of our own personal power, our strength, confidence, and courage. And as we exhale, we're letting go energetically of situations and circumstances, mindsets, belief systems, perceptions and thoughts, emotions and feelings that are no longer in our highest and best interest to carry as we get ready to move into a new year, a new vibration, a new energy in 2025. This is a time for healing. This is a time for self-reflection. This is a time of completion of those old energies and patterns. So call in your angels and guides, master guides and teachers of the highest vibration of light, our ancestors, the healers of the light, and ask them to assist you this month with releasing, letting go, and healing. Ask them to assist you with surrender and faith and trust. Let's breathe in that intention into every cell of our bodies, taking a deep breath. And as you exhale and in your own time, when you feel ready, you can open your eyes, returning to this time and place and space. Let's get ready now to look at our stones of choice. The first stone of choice is selenite. This is a beautiful kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a mirror reflection energy of this beautiful selenite. Now, this one, I chose 3 keywords for each of these stones of choice. This is mental clarity, heightened intuition, and spiritual growth. So if you're looking for mental clarity, heightened intuition, and spiritual growth, this is your stone. The second stone of choice is cherry blossom agate. And the 3 keywords or phrases for cherry blossom agate are raising your vibration, reblooming, and heart-focused healing. So if you're looking to raise your vibration, rebloom, you could say rebirth yourself, or heart-focused healing, then this is your stone of choice for this month. The last stone of choice is lepidolite. And the 3 phrases for lepidolite, or words, are peace, protection, and this is a stone of transition. So if you're looking for peace or protection or energies of transition in your life, then this is your stone of choice. So again, those options are the selenite. Go with what your intuition is telling you. Go with that aha moment of that's it, that's the one. Cherry blossom agate. And the last stone of choice was that beautiful purple lepidolite. So let's talk about the numerology vibration of December 2024. If we add the month of December, which is the 12th month of the year, to the universal year energy of 2024, which is an 8 vibration, we're in an 8 universal year because 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. So we add the 12 plus the 8, we get 20. Now, when we reduce that down to a single digit, 2 plus 0, it equals a 2. So this is a month of balance, seeking balance physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. This is a month that focuses on equality and harmony and compromise and peace or peaceful resolutions. This is a month that focuses on relationships and partnerships and one-on-one interactions with other people. This is a month that focuses on the relationship with your higher self, or the relationship with the divine, or the relationship with yourself, and bringing in a sense of peace, balance, and harmony within yourself. All of those things relate to the number 2. So that's what this month, in a nutshell, now I'm sure there's more with that number 2, but this is, they're saying too, it's about staying on a balanced path as you move forward. So with the number 2, there's not like real expansion or ups and downs. It's usually this kind of just straight away, right? As if we're walking a straight line. We're staying on an even keel, but we're moving forward in a patient way, in a balanced way. So all of these things are about the number 2 in the month of December. Now, if we look at that 20, that double digit of the 20, the 0 behind the 2 is about divine protection and guidance. The 0, it can be spiritual and universal divine protection and guidance as we're traversing that 2 energy for December. Now also, the 20, it's not known as a karmic number, it's not known as a master number, but we can look at the 20th Major Arcana in the Tarot. And in the Sirian Starseed Tarot, it's called Karma. Now this is traditionally the judgment card in the Tarot, right? And the judgment card is as you sow, so shall you reap, which is why they call this one karma, right? As you put out, or what the energies are that you put out, you're going to receive back. And that can be good karma, or that can be not so good karma. So think about, and not just maybe this year, but especially this year, what energies have you put out? Have you been a helpful, loving, empathic, spiritual person? Or have you had, some anger and frustrations? Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to, if you had anger and frustrations, because I'm sure we all had those moments in time this year that we had anger and frustrations. But this is like overall, right? Whatever it is that you're putting out, you're reaping those energies back. The other way to look at this is that we are healing some karma, some past or past life karma, karmic wounds, karmic traumas, right? We're in the end of a year, and whenever we're in the end of the year, we're kind of wrapping things up on a soul level. We're doing as much healing as we can on a soul level. We might not be conscious of that, but that's kind of what's going on energetically, okay? We're doing a lot of healing. And, this one, we have a heart, well, what looks like to me, a heart in the middle of this ocean or water, right? And so this is about staying in your heart, staying in a place of unconditional love and compassion and peace and forgiveness. And forgiveness is also, I think, a key for judgment. If we can forgive ourselves and forgive other people, forgive, the energies that we moved through and expressed, this is about the releasing of karma. We're not hanging on to something, which is what you want to do at the end of a year, right? You want to release, let go, purge, transmute, release whatever that is. Now, the judgment card isn't about judgment from God, universe, spirit. It's not about judgment against yourself. But it can have that feeling of, again, the energy that you're holding. It's almost, again, it's like that, as you reap, so shall you sow, which can feel like judgment, right? So it's the universe, or your higher self even, looking down upon you and saying, have you taken responsibility, and have you done what you needed to do on a personal, spiritual level to move through your karmic lessons, your earthly lessons, to balance the scale, so to speak, to treat others with love and compassion as much as you can, and where you can't, and where you need to have good boundaries, have you been able to, in your heart, offer this sense of forgiveness? We've got a lotus flower up here at the top. So the lotus flower, over the crown chakra, is about opening up to higher wisdom, higher knowledge, higher guidance. And again, this heart, and it almost in the ocean here, when I see this, in fact, it kind of looks like it a little, I don't know if you can tell, but it almost looks like this phoenix energy, right? So within our emotional bodies, we're becoming the phoenix that can rise above those lower emotional feelings. Now, we all have those lower emotional feelings, right? It doesn't mean we ignore them or sweep them under the rug, but we can rise above the anger, rise above the frustration, rise above the despair or depression, rise above the insecurities. Again, we all have these emotions, we all have these energies. But here, to me, again, with this, what I'm going to call a water phoenix, we can rise above those emotions, stay in our heart, open ourselves up on a higher spiritual level to receive the divine, to receive the healing of the healers of the light, right? And we can release this karma as we get ready to move into the year of 2025 with a whole different vibration. So that's a little bit about the numerology. Let's talk about the astrological highlights of 2024. So we start out and we end this month of December with a new moon. So first of all, on the 1st of December, we have a new moon in Sagittarius. New moons are about new beginnings. Sagittarius is about freedom and liberation and expansion and growth and inspiration and trust and faith. So we're expanding into these new horizons. We're expanding into this higher vision, if you will. To me, the Sagittarius energy is about expanding into, again, a higher perspective, that higher vision of where we want to go. So plant your seeds at the first of the month of that higher vision and higher perspective of where you want to go, where you want to go next on your path, who you want to be. And again, focus on liberation and freedom and optimism and joy, because Sagittarius is the optimist of the zodiac. On the 6th of December, we have Mars, the warrior, planet of energy, action, and forward movement, turning to retrograde motion at 6 degrees of Leo. So as he retrogrades for the next few weeks, he's going to retrograde from 6 Leo back to 0 and then dip back into Cancer, the sign of Cancer, the sign before Leo. So Mars likes to move forward passionately and fervently. He likes to just move forward fast, right? He's the warrior. As he's retrograde, it's going to slow things down a little bit. It's not all that unusual for things for us to slow down at the end of the year. It's the end of a cycle. So we are slowing down and being a little bit more self-reflective at this time. But as far as that get up and go, because he's in Leo, or he dipped into Leo before he went retrograde, we wanted to like move forward fast on our creative self-expression, on taking charge of our lives and where we want to go. That's Leo, the king and queen of the zodiac. Now it's going to internalize as it turns retrograde, and we're needing to tap into our own kind of inner leadership, our own inner confidence, our own inner courage, our own inner creativity, right? We're going within and finding all that within. We're slowing things down on an external level with Mars retrograde as we do kind of an internal kind of process. When it goes back into Cancer, and it will be retrograde, I don't recall, until February something. But as we move back into Cancer, now we've got this fiery, passionate warrior planet of Mars in this watery, intuitive, empathic realm of the emotions of Cancer. So this can be, kind of, again, reflecting within on doing a little bit more emotional healing with the emotional body, healing with home and family dynamics, because Cancer rules home and family. Mars can become a little passive aggressive because Mars is a very assertive and sometimes aggressive planet, but Cancer is very loving and nurturing, and therefore a little bit more in the feminine realm of passivity and of surrender, almost, of kind of going with the flow of the water, right? It's a water sign. So that's where some passive aggressiveness might come in that we might have to just be aware of. But it gives us, again, this opportunity to do a little bit more emotional healing in different areas of our lives. Also on the 6th of December, we have Venus, planet that rules relationships and partnerships, as well as money and finances, personal resources, values, and our sense of self-value. She is moving out of the sign of Capricorn, where she was very practical and serious and cautious. Now she's moving into Aquarius until January 2nd. And Aquarius is the sign of the humanitarian. It is the sign also of freedom, just like Sagittarius in a way. So we've got freedom with Aquarius as well. Independence, individuality, self-sufficiency, and again, being of service to humanity in some way, shape, or form. And Venus rules the feminine archetype. So we have the divine feminine now in this group, collective, helping each other. Everybody's equal. We're looking at this equality energy with Aquarius, where Venus is for almost a month, basically. But this is, again, the divine feminine looking for her sense of freedom and individuality and independence as well, beating to the beat of your own drum. And then on the 7th of December, we have Neptune the planet that rules the spiritual realm. He's known as the transcender because he rises, or he transcends kind of the earthly lessons, if you will. So transcending earthly lessons. But Neptune can also deal with illusion, confusion, delusion, as well as heightened intuition and psychic senses, heightened healing abilities, heightened unconditional love, compassion, and empathic abilities. Neptune's turning direct at 27 degrees of Pisces on the 7th of December. So it's going to amplify and magnify all of the energies, both the positive and the shadow side of what Neptune is all about. Now, Neptune stays in direct motion or in retrograde motion for a good many months. So you're going to notice his influence just, more so now, the couple of days before the 7th and maybe a couple of days after the 7th of December. It's really heightened in that energy. Our energetic sensitivity is very much heightened at that time. Okay, and then on the 15th of December, we have a full moon. This is a full moon in Gemini, 23 degrees of Gemini. It's going to be actually challenging or squaring Neptune, which just recently turned back to direct motion. So the energy of this full moon may be heightened, but because it's in Gemini, which is a mental sign, it's kind of merging the emotional body and the mental body together. And Gemini is curiosity. Gemini can be prone to vacillation. Gemini focuses on thoughts, ideas, communication, messages, the intellect. So there's something here with maybe information coming to a head because the full moon is at its peak, right? So our emotional bodies are at its peak, but also because it's in that mental sign of Gemini, I feel like we're getting messages or information. This is kind of like little blips because Gemini is kind of a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and it's like going in a lot of directions at once. So it can't focus for very long, but watch for the synchronicities and watch for the little blips of the intuitive during that full moon. Also on the 15th, we have Mercury, planet of the mental realm, the messenger planet that rules thoughts, ideas, perceptions, and communications, turning back to direct motion at 6 degrees of Sagittarius. So now all of that Mercury retrograde and even the pre-Mercury retrograde time period where we had miscommunication, missed appointments, difficult maybe travel plans, purchases that didn't go the way we wanted them to, and things of that nature where we had to redo, revise, rework, reevaluate. Now things can start settling out. There's still a post-shadow period with Mercury turning back to direct motion. We have to wait till it speeds up a little bit, but things can start becoming more clear to us. We have more clarity in the days that follow once he turns direct. On the 21st, this is the winter solstice here in the northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere has the summer solstice. This is when the sun is moving into Capricorn until January 19th. So the sun in Capricorn, right? We're focused on goals, ambitions, our focused efforts, maybe working hard or maybe not because it's the holiday season. Either way, we're a little bit more grounded. We're a little bit more, even though this is a grounded earth sign, it's also a feminine sign. So it is a little bit internal as well and self-reflective as well, which makes sense because again, we're ending or nearing the end of the year. On the 24th of December, we have Jupiter square Saturn. Now, usually I talk about all the other aspects in the weekly energy forecast, but I wanted to bring this one up for the monthly because they're such opposite planets. Jupiter is about expansion and growth. Saturn is about restriction and limitation. Jupiter is about abundance. Saturn is about responsibility. So they have very different sort of energies and they're challenging one another on the 24th, which is Christmas Eve day. So that's an interesting timing for this challenging connection. But Jupiter is in Gemini right now. So it's wanting to expand into all these little details and all these little possibilities and all these potentials that could possibly occur or that we're possibly moving into for the new year. Saturn, on the other hand, is again responsibility and karmic lessons, clearing old karma. It's in the spiritual sign of Pisces. So it's about that clearing of old karma of past lives as well, and taking responsibility for the part that we play within our own lessons, or the part that we play in the circumstances and situations that we find ourselves in or find ourselves repeating in this life. So we've got, again, this, this kind of push-pull energy between growth and expansion, and kind of going within in this sense of taking responsibility and looking at our own kind of karmic lessons of this lifetime. And then on the 29th of December, Chiron, the wounded healer and shaman, the ruler of past life wounds and things where we're trying to heal and reintegrate aspects of ourselves, Chiron's turning back to direct motion at 19 degrees of Aries. And so this is now going to start expressing out again. When a planet is direct, it expresses outwardly. When it's retrograde, like Chiron has been for several weeks, it internalizes the energy. So we've done a lot of internal clearing and healing and releasing and having more of an understanding. The shaman part of Chiron, right, is the teacher, the healer, the shaman. And so a lot of that has been going on. Now that it's turning back to direct motion at the 29th, on the 29th of December, which is almost at the end of December, now it can start expressing his healing and teacher qualities outward again. And then on the 30th of December, not quite the last day of December, but almost, we have another new moon. And this new moon is at 9 degrees of Capricorn. So here again, an opportunity, or I shouldn't even say an opportunity, because new moons are about planting new seeds and new beginnings. So we're planting these new beginnings of what our goals are. Capricorn is about our goals. It can be about career and life purpose and work and efforts and whatnot, but it's about our goals and ambitions. And so plant those seeds and write out your intentions. What are your goals for 2025? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides. The first card is Major Arcana 13. In this deck, it's called Transition. In the traditional tarot, this is the Death card, and this does deal with death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration. It deals with, again, this idea of transition, right? So we're transitioning from one year to another, from one year's energies to another year's energies. And we'll talk more about 2025 and that vibration for the collective in January's monthly reading. But this is, that metaphoric or in reality, transitional energy that we're going through. So this could be transitioning from one career to another, transitioning from one location of where you live to another, transitioning from one relationship to, getting ready for maybe a future relationship, transitioning from one belief system into another, transitioning from an old way of perceiving, thinking, believing into a new way. So there's a lot of ways to look at this energy of transition. But again, in a nutshell, this is about death and rebirth, which again makes sense as we're in that last month of the year of 2024. All right, we're rising into a higher vibrational energy, right? Just like this woman is rising into this spiraling portal of this new energy vibration. She's moving more towards her light body self. She's moving more towards the light activation of her higher soul self. But in this is like a snake shedding its skin. We have to shed something old in order to regrow or become something new. All right, so let's look at the next card. The next card came out as two cards. So we have the Seeker of Flames and the Adept of Chalices. So the Seeker of Flames in this deck is like the Page of Wands. The pages are messengers. We're seeking information. We're listening or receiving messages, in this case from spirit, because the flames, the wands, the fire is the spiritual realm. So we're seeking something beyond the earthly realm when it comes to information and messages. We're seeking a spiritual truth, This person is in front of this kind of statue of a kind of an idol, if you will, a god or goddess with a flame in it. And so we're seeking this higher spiritual truth. We're listening to the higher spiritual messages. We want more information, but we're not seeking it necessarily from other people. We're seeking it from our angels, guides, our higher self, the source itself, right? So we're seeking this information this month. Now, the card that came out with it, the Adept of Chalices, this is like the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, this is the suit of the emotional realm. So this is about our emotions, feelings, empathic ability, ability to nurture, to, kind of understand within the emotional body what's going on. The Knight or the Adept is a step, I don't know if I want to say a step above, but it's the next court card after the Seeker or the Page, right? So now we're going from a young kind of childlike, innocent energy to one of an adolescent, a little bit older energy. But when you think of an adolescent, like think of the Seeker, the Page. A child is more trusting, right? They're innocent and trusting. So we're in the space of trusting the spiritual information or the divine messages that we're receiving from our angels and guides. The Adept, which is like an adolescent, the Knight, sometimes is a little bit bucking the status quo, right? It doesn't like to be told what to do. It wants to be independent and on its own. So it's a little bit of a rebel. I guess that's a good word. So we have a little bit of this rebellious energy when it comes to our emotions, which sometimes an adolescent doesn't have a very good handle on their emotions. So this kind of tells me that there might be some emotional situations and circumstances. Maybe we're not handling it in the best way, right? We're being overtaken, if you will, by our emotions, which we often are. Our emotional body, our buttons get pushed really easily here. This person is kind of swimming in this wave of emotions. So these wave of emotions are coming up, which is again part of the karmic cleansing, going back to the card that rules the whole month of December. And it's got water in it too. But this is a karmic cleansing on an emotional body level. We're swimming through these emotional tides, if you will. And we're needing to stay calm, I don't know if this person is calm or not. He's not really flailing around, but at the same time, he's really trying to fervently, which the Knight of Chalices or the Adept of Chalices would. So we're, fervently and energetically trying to swim through this when maybe we just need to float. Maybe we just need to trust and float. And that's more of the childlike seeker quality, right? We're trusting the information that comes in. And if we can translate that to trusting the emotional waves of energy that we're going through and any transition, death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration energies that we're going through, we're going to have a little bit of an easier time perhaps. The last card is Major Arcana 0. It's called Starseed in this particular deck. So the Starseed card is like the Fool card in the traditional tarot. So we're, kind of coming full circle, even though this Judgment card or the Karma card is Major Arcana 20. There's actually one more Major Arcana after that, which is 21, the World. But close enough, right? We're getting close to the end and completion of something there. And now we're back at this leap of faith. The Fool card is about trusting and taking a leap of faith. And sometimes we just do it without thinking too hard. By this time, at the end of the month, Mercury is back in direct motion. And it's in Sagittarius, which tends to be a knee-jerk reacting kind of sign. It doesn't think for a whole lot too long. It goes more on its intuition. And with the Starseed card, it's like something new is coming in. We've got a new starseed coming down here. So this to me translates to there's new energy coming in. You just have to trust it. Have faith in whatever it is. Maybe take the leap, take the jump. So, you know, the Fool is, again, kind of stepping off the cliff into the unknown. Now, it doesn't show that in this card, but that's typically what the Fool card is. It's a person stepping off the cliff. They're not worried or concerned. They know they're going to land on their own 2 feet, or they know they're going to be caught by spirit or their angels and guides, guided and directed. And they're just gonna trust. They're just gonna, again, take that risk and make that change and step onto that new path. And this is what the Starseed card is showing. We have, interestingly enough, we had that lotus in the karma or judgment card up here in the sky, right, for crown chakra. We have kind of a crystal lotus down here on the ground. So it's almost like merging kind of heaven and earth, right? Crown chakra, the other realms, the spiritual realms, but it's grounded now. So we're grounding this spiritual wisdom and knowledge that we have as we take this leap of faith and give birth to this new beginning, which again will occur as we move into 2025. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at your special message card from the Gateway of Light activation, depending on your stone of choice. So the first stone of choice was the selenite. So special message in this last month of 2024 for selenite people, those who chose the selenite. This one's calling my attention here in the middle. And it says the heart of source. Okay, so we have to be in our heart, not just in our physical human heart. We need to be in the heart of source, universe, creator, creation. It says at the bottom, all-encompassing love, unconditional acceptance, and serenity. So we have to be in a place of peace, calm, serenity. We have to be in that heart chakra of universe, as well as our own heart chakra of unconditional love, compassion, and as it says, acceptance. So accept what has transpired in the year 2024. Accept what is transpiring in this last month of 2024. It's all happening for a reason. There's a divine purpose for what is unfolding. Even if it seems or is challenging, it's leading us to the next step. And Source knows what that is. God, Creator, knows what that is. Your higher self knows what that is as well, but our ego, not so much. So just stay in that place of love. Stay in that place of love and peace and serenity within your heart. That will make it a little bit easier as you travel to that next step. All right, let's put that back in the deck. And then the next stone of choice was the cherry blossom agate. All right, so special message for December for cherry blossom agate people. This one's calling my attention. We got Thoth light codes. Thoth light codes. It says light initiation, great teacher awakening, and divine magic. Wow, that's pretty special. So Thoth was a scribe. He like wrote things down, right? He's like got information from a higher source. He wrote it all down and whatnot. So we've got some sort of initiation on a higher level going on. Light initiation is taking place. We've got the great teacher within you, the teacher within you, the one that knows within you, awakening. So to me, it's like crown chakra awakening here. And there's divine magic all around you. You've got this ability to tap into the magic of the universe, right? What a great thing to tap into as we're ending out one year and getting ready to move into a new year. As we have 2 new moons this month. New moons, times of new beginnings, planting new seeds, setting your intentions. So you have not just one, but 2 opportunities to set your intentions. The first one is Sagittarius type of intentions, expansion, inspiration, freedom, liberation. And then the Capricorn new moon at the end of the month, goals, ambitions, life purpose. So set your intentions accordingly. The Thoth light codes are coming in, streaming into, especially activating the mental body and giving you revelations and aha moments of information that's needed for you. And then the last stone of choice is the lepidolite. So special message for December I had to refocus myself. My mind was going somewhere. All right, so special message for Lepidolite people for the month of December. Lepidolite. Oh, this one's sticking way up, isn't it? Merkaba activation. So you need to get in your etheric Merkaba, and that would be, you can see like an upward pointing triangle and a downward pointing triangle that's intersected, that makes this third dimensional kind of what do I want to call it? It's almost like a spaceship, I want to say, right? We're getting into this Merkaba energy. And, you know, the upward pointing triangle is spinning one way, the downward pointing triangle is spinning the other way. And it's really kind of, it's bringing in this higher vibrational energy, this activation. It says transcendence, ascension, and you are rising up. So as you imagine yourself in this Merkaba energy, or just call in the Merkaba energy if you have a hard time visualizing, imagine that you're ascending. Your soul vibration is ascending. It's rising, right? We're rising into higher vibrational, higher dimensional energies with this. You're transcending old energies, transcending old karma, if you will. Your ascension is being activated right now. And we got this beautiful like rainbow colors here. So it's like all the chakras are being activated in this Merkaba energy. So looking up what each chakra maybe means: root chakra, security; sacral chakra, creative self-expression; solar plexus chakra, personal power; heart chakra, unconditional love and healing; throat chakra, speaking your truth; third eye chakra, higher vision; and crown chakra, higher wisdom and knowledge. So all of this is being activated and highlighted. I love the vibrancy and all the colors in this card. So beautiful, beautiful message. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the monthly intuitive energy forecast. Make sure to watch the weeklies as well. I do have some discount codes out on all of my services and on my special intention pendants for the month of December. So make sure you're on my newsletter list to get those. Thank you for your love, your comments, your your support. And I'm sending you all lots of love and light and blessings. Happy holidays to everybody all around the world. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next year. Namaste.